Hi, my name is Nancy. Welcome to my channel, Running with Scissors. In today's video, I'm going to show you the dress that I made to replace last week's dress that didn't quite work out. That and much more. If that interests you, don't go away. First, I'd like to thank Jen from Today in Jen's Sewing Room for starting this hashtag that we can all get together on Fridays and share our makes and what we plan to make and a little bit about life in between. If you're new, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. Now, if you are new, you may not know that I have been sewing for the last month or more Easter dresses for my 4 granddaughters. The first 3 came out really well, but last week's dress just wasn't quite what we wanted. My 16-year-old wasn't quite happy with it, and I told her, if you don't like it, I'll make you something else. And I understand it didn't quite look like the pattern, and I wasn't happy with it either. So I had no problem with let's doing something more, something different. So the very next day, it was the day after the video was posted, we went to Joann's and they were having the $9.99 Simplicity pattern sale. So we looked at patterns and we looked at fabric. She found 3 patterns that she likes. I'm going to show you the 3 patterns, see if you can kind of guess which one she might have wanted to use. I went ahead and bought all 3 of them because I like them all myself, and I'm sure at some point or other I'll make them. The first one was the Simplicity 9326. Then Simplicity 9475. And Simplicity 9703. So, any idea which ones you think she liked? She liked all 3 of them, but the one she liked the most, the best, was the Simplicity 9475. And she liked what the lady was wearing in the picture. Okay, so that's what she chose. And then before I show you the dress, I do want to talk a little bit about it. I also want to show you the fabric. This is a rayon challis. This is just some of the scraps that was left over. That was really pretty. Okay, let me tell you a little bit about the dress and the pattern. This pattern is definitely not what I would consider easy. I looked all over the pattern, even the directions, to see if, sometimes they'll say if it's easy or intermediate, and there was nowhere on here that stated what the skill level was. Definitely don't think this was a pattern for newbies, for anybody that's just starting out. And I'll tell you a few reasons. Number one, there is a lining in the bodice. All 4 of the dresses have bodice linings. I don't think a bodice lining is all that hard. It's just basically making 2 bodices and putting them together. But if someone's new, if you're a new sewer, that might be a little challenging. It does have set-in sleeves. But the thing about these set-in sleeves, they're gathered, so you don't have to worry so much about easing them in. There's also a zipper, and if you've never sewn a zipper before, and then the waistline, I'll tell you about that when I show you the dress. There's just a few things in here I think are not really made for easy or beginner sewing. So, all right. Before I did do the dress, though, I did buy some muslin. They had muslin on sale at Joann's, and I bought some muslin. I thought, I'm going to go ahead and make a muslin. And I just did of the top. As long as the top and the waist area fit, then I knew the skirt, of course, would follow suit. So I made the first one, and the top fit okay, but around the waist wasn't quite right. So I made a second one, and that's the one I went with. And even then, I had to do a little bit of adjustment. But let me go ahead and show you the dress. Now, I do have it hemmed, but the reason I have little clips here is I haven't got the lining slip stitched yet. That's something to do in front of the TV. But let me go ahead and just kind of give you a look at the dress. Just throw it down here. It's got cute little flutter sleeves. She loves the sleeves. And then there you go. Got a little waistband here and all the way up. the waistline doesn't quite look like the picture. In the picture, it's supposed to kind of like gather on itself, and it didn't quite do that. I added an extra gathering here, and it didn't quite do that, but she tried it on and said she thinks it looks fine. But yeah, it's supposed to kind of fold on itself a little bit, but it didn't quite do that. And I don't know whether just me didn't do it quite right, or it could be the fabric, because this ranch challis, it's I call it kind of floppy, where it didn't, when I tried to not, when I didn't put in the gather here at the front, it kind of flopped over on itself and it didn't look right. So that's why I added the other gather. So I'm just thinking maybe it's the fabric, because it is kind of a very flowy and a thin fabric, and it just didn't look like the lady in the picture. But you know what? It doesn't always have to look exactly like the lady in the picture. It doesn't have to look like the model. And she's happy with it. So yeah, I took it to her yesterday and had her try it on, because when I do the invisible zipper, now I don't know how you do it, but I always learn that you that you leave the whole back open, put your invisible zipper in, and then close up the bottom seam. But in this particular pattern, they wanted you to sew up to this dot first, and then put the zipper in. Well, that's not the way I learned how to do an invisible zipper, so I did it the way I know how. And so what I did was, when I had her try it on, of course this was all open, I had her put it on, and then I kind of pulled it back to see if maybe it needed to be a little closer in, a little tighter in. And so then I used lots and lots of clips, and I clipped it, and then when I got home with it, then I did a little measuring, and I actually trimmed some off of the back, so that when I put the zipper in, it fit her nice. Not snug, but it would fit her nice, and would fit her nice around the waist. So that's the fourth dress. And because I was able to get this dress finished, I can make my dress now. I have a week left. So I had decided, let me hang this up, that if I ran out of time to make a dress for myself, that was okay. I'll just wear what I have. I just want to make sure the 4 girls got their Easter dresses. So that's what I did last week. Actually, last week, it was this week. I just barely finished it today, other than the slip stitching the lining in place. Okay. You know, last week when I was over at Walmart, you know, sometimes you just want to run over there and see what they might have in their bundles. I did find this kind of sweater fabric. Isn't this pretty? I love it. I brought this home and realized I have a sweater. It's kind of a black, not a dark black, more of a black gray sweater that I've had for years. And it's made of the exact same fabric, the same little design on it. And I love the way it feels. So I'm definitely going to make some type of a cardigan out of this. So I got this at Walmart. This was 3 yards for $8. So definitely had to grab that. And then when I was at Joann's the other day, you know, they're having their McCall sale. It's $2.99 the pattern. And I think it's good through the 30th or 31st. It's good for another few days. You'd have to check your Joann's. And I only bought the one pattern because I've got so many patterns. When I go through the book, I look through the book. I got that one. I got that one. Oh, I need to sew that. I got that one. I either bought it already, or it's something I'm not that interested in. But I did find this one. It's a vintage 30s. I just love this. I love the detail around the bust. I definitely want to try that now. I do wish I had their waistline. I mean, who has that waistline? Maybe a Barbie doll? I don't know. But I do love the dress, and so I picked that one up. I just have so many patterns I need to sew with that I just don't buy as many as I used to, because I've pretty much got enough patterns to keep me busy for a long time. Okay, well, fortunately I was able to get a dress done that my granddaughter was happy with. I'll get mine sewn up, and next week, of course, I'll be taking pictures of the girls in their dresses, and either, I don't know if I'll do it Sunday or the Monday after Easter. I'll show you some pictures of them being worn. Nothing else going on in my life other than I was at therapy today, and I'm doing actually I'm getting better range of motion. My external rotation was really bad. I mean, it's actually gotten so much better. I know most of you could probably put your arm way out, but I'm doing so much better with my shoulder and my therapy. Other than that, that's about all that's going on. I'm happy that you joined me. If you haven't subscribed, that'd be wonderful if you would. I'd love it so much. If you give me a thumbs up, ring the little notification bell for when I come back with another video. And I will definitely see you next Friday, and hopefully I will have another dress, this time for me, to show you. So you all take care. Goodbye. God bless.